David, come on in here. I know David is telling me that he's kind of upset about something today. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. What happened, you said, in the middle of all this stuff that's going on with you and Fez have this new gimmick?
Yeah.
You've got your feelings hurt?
I got my feelings hurt. I got a package in the mail, and it was from my mom. And it had a bunch of wedding photos in it. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. She took a bunch of photos with my dad, and I thought they came out pretty well. Underneath the photos was another small manila envelope. I opened it up. I took out a note, and it said, just wanted to give you some of the wedding photos. Don't think they turned out as well as I would have liked. Maybe you should try this. And underneath the note was a bunch of containers of makeup. Fucking makeup for my face. My mom basically implying what was wrong with the photos was my face and my skin complexion. Her only son.
You're not her only son. She's got 4 others.
Okay, yeah.
Good-looking guys.
I know, but I mean, like, at that moment, it was my wedding. I thought that this would be, a nice thing, and I thought the photos were going to be, she was going to give them to me in a nice way. I called her up, and I'm like, what does this mean? She goes, well, I think you need makeup on your face.
Wow.
I'm like, you're basically saying I'm a monster. My own mother officially turning...
Now, did she say you were a monster or that your face is a little shiny?
She
blotchy.
She said, exactly. She said my complexion isn't good. She said, and she tried to laugh and say, Dad always likes to get the pepperoni pizza every Friday. And I thought, she goes, you're not like that in person, but on the photos you certainly were. But then she goes, and actually at the dinner while we were eating, I noticed that you broke out a couple times too. And it was, it's a little embarrassing, Dave.
Did she honestly say that it's embarrassing?
She said that.
Wow.
And I was shocked.
Now you got a wife. You took this story to your wife, right?
Yes, I told her.
What'd your chick say?
She was horrified as well.
Yeah.
She supported me. She's like, I don't think you need makeup per se. And the makeup, I got it, I know that it was called Bare Essentials, and I looked it up on the web, and the website was just the biggest woman's, feminine website.
You didn't make a guy makeup.
It was not man makeup.
You didn't get like makeup like Larry King wears before he goes on TV. Or
no, I
the
think...
Derma Blend.
Did I just say Larry King twice in the last 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck has gotten into me.
Yeah, I think Joanna Kearns was modeling the makeup on the website. So this is strictly for not even for women, for middle-aged chicks.
So the basic premise is this. At what age does your family stop hurting you? Because, I guess your mom meant it in the nicest way, but to give, particularly your wedding photos, she's basically saying, these did not come out nice because you're hideous.
She point blank said that.
Yeah.
She actually literally said they didn't come out as well because of your face.
All right, I'm dying to see the face.
Try this.
Face.
And so I honestly, Mr. B.
Now, Fezzi, you're a guy who gets hurt by his family too, right?
Yeah, they hurt my feelings all the time. I take things very personally.
You got anything as bad as this, though? Here, I want you to put on makeup?
Nothing where I was called a monster, but when a couple years ago we did a whole family trip to Disney World.
Yeah.
And they were talking about going on Space Mountain and stuff, and my dad just announces in front of the whole family and basically the entire park how don't ask this one to go on Space Mountain. He's so afraid of everything, just went into all my phobias. You'll never get this one on a roller coaster.
So calling you a fan.
All right, now all that stuff is true, though, right?
Yeah.
So why does it hurt your feelings that your dad says it?
Because, it's something that you think your family would understand about you.
They do understand.
And that you're sensitive about. And why announce it to as loud as you can in the park? Don't ask this one to go on the ride.
And that always happens. In my family, I'm the only son, I will say this, you can take pot shots at me physically for as long as I live. My own family will make fun of my red hair because my other brothers don't have them.
Right.
Don't have it. And it's like, Christ almighty, I have to hear it a lot on the air and shit when I come home, and I'm opening this in front of my new wife.
Right.
My mom
Who loves you. I mean, I kind of feel bad for Casey that she had to see you hurt like that.
Yeah, my mom
but that might be a bond for the both of you.
That's true, too. We can be unified front against Beanie.
Jojo, you're on a Fez.
Yeah, I was just going to point out, everybody's heard the phrase, a face only a mother could love.
Yeah.
Dave, you don't even have that going for you.
I know.
Ouch.
I know. I actually thought about that phrase and was very, very pissed off.
Yeah, normally your mother should think that you're gorgeous.
She hasn't thought. She used to say that to me a lot, and then I could start that she was starting to be more constructive because every time if I would gain weight, she's like, "Wow, you're a little pork chop these days, huh?"
What is she
a pork chop?
What is she looking to do? Raise a model? What does she want?
I don't know. And then I'll lose the weight. She's like a little thin.
Yeah.
So
you can't
don't
win.
Look good. Yeah,
you can't win.
Yeah, and I think it also might be in part because my brother above me was the track cross-country star, graduate Ivy League, and is considered by a lot of women to be a handsome folk, black hair and shit like that.
But we all know that there's all different types of things in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you have people who are naturally attractive, people who aren't naturally attractive. The people that aren't naturally attractive shouldn't have to stay home.
Right.
They should be able to get married and have pictures. And, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Why is it a big deal is the question. And why does she still think whatever your skin tone is a reflection of her? When you don't live there, you know what I mean? Like, if you're 8, yeah, okay, you put them in the pants you want to. But now you're a man.
Absolutely. I think it's because no one can embarrass you or hurt you worse than your family.
But then I go back to this, because I've had this conversation, because I've known Fez for a long time, and I've heard him whining and literally cry over things his family has said. And then I always say, why go back? What are you doing? I remember when I was like 60, whatever it is, when you're graduating, the yearbook came out. I'm one of those guys, I didn't buy a fucking yearbook. What am I going to do? Have people sign it and keep it forever? I didn't, right? But my cousin had one, and my parents went through it, and they saw that I was the class clown in school. And they're like, people think he's funny? They, you know what I mean? And my cousin's like, yeah. They're like, really? What do you mean? She's like, every party, he's fucking holding court. He's hysterical. When I was in high school, it's the same as I fucking am now. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or don't like it, this was me. And they came to me and they go, what are you saying that's funny? What are these funny things? I go, same thing I say here. You guys don't laugh. And they're going, I never thought of you as funny. And I remember I'm at the dining table and I go, you have to understand something. My value was not fucking reflected off you, all right? Mm-hmm. I am not sitting around wondering if you two old hipsters, you know what I mean, get my fucking humor. You're not going to get me. Yeah. But at the same time, I can't sit back and go, how can I get my parents to see me as the same way? Where I think Fez wants people to think, that he's Fez from the show, or you want your mom to see you like that. Why are you putting value in what these older people have to say about you?
I know for me, it's just I've always wanted approval of my parents.
Why?
I don't know. You might say it's immaturity, but
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I want to know the reason. Why do you care?
Well, because in a certain way, I have always looked up to them as mentors and as people who have made good decisions in their lives.
Why? You're still probably seeing them from a child's eyes. Your parents have fucked up as much as me or anyone else. Yeah, but they're people.
See, I never saw those fuck-ups.
You have to now. That's the first thing you have to do. You have to grow up and see who these other two grown-ups are.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Fez. He's still being a child with these people.
Yeah, because it's when you want something like, that approval or whatever, it's hard to turn it off when you reach adult size. It's hard for something that you try to do all your life and then tell yourself it's not important. It's not so easy.
But you know that you haven't done the work. I mean, you have still not saw yourself as an equal of them, right?
Right, yeah.
So why are you blaming them for what they say? If you're the one who hasn't grown up to see that you're an adult and they're adult, why can you still sit here and be mad at your dad and you're mad at your mom when neither one of you, you both admit it, I haven't done the thing. The lack is in your fucking selves.
Well, I do cower away from her.
I know you do. I saw how scared you were to get married, and you had to fake it and everything else for a while.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't flat out tell her.
I had to tell her, oh, it's just a bit, and hide like that until about 2 days before the real wedding.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Alan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, boys. How you doing?
Yeah.
Dave, I just want to give you my condolences, but listen, man, don't worry about the makeup. I think I might have you beat. 2 weeks after I got married, my mother mailed me my birth certificate cut up with the scissors in little pieces, and on the outside mailing envelope, she put my first name and my new wife's maiden name.
Now, what was the big problem with the new wife?
There was no problem on my end. My mother just didn't seem to like anybody, and she kind of took it out on me.
And did that hurt you, or did you, say this woman's insane?
I tell you what, Ronnie, it happened in the mid-'70s, and to this day, I still haven't gotten over it.
Yeah, it still hurts you.
I guess that's something I got to deal with.
Right, it is.
But I just wanted to tell Dave, hang in there. If all you have to worry about is a little makeup, listen, no problem. At least you're still a son.
All right. Here is, and basically what he's saying, it could always be worse. But again, you know who sends you cut up things is like exes, like insane exes that you should say to yourself, why was I ever in love with that person anyway? I mean, we just sat around and talked about, jealousy and all that. It's the same fucking thing. What are your parents trying to own you, or you're trying to own your parents? You know what I mean? Are you trying to go home a star?
Yes.
You're trying to be something fucking different than what you are? Because I think you're being fake.
I think I think you're accurate with, going home a star in terms of I want to be the star's son. I don't, it's not anything about being on the radio or anything. It's
Absolutely.
About being the best son, and so this fucking knocked me off the pedestal.
And I say the same thing with Fezzi, too. He always tries to be the good son, the good boy. And I'm not saying it's fake, but yes, it is fake because you're trying to act like you're somebody that you're not. So you're showing up and showing these older people, I'm not this person. I'm pretending I'm something else. Like a fucking cheap salesman. You're going home and trying to pretend you're fucking somebody that you ain't. Instead of saying, this is who I am, and that's it.
They cast a big shadow over me. I don't know what.
And when they point at your weaknesses, it's, I don't know, maybe coming from them, it's just so much worse. You don't want your parents to think you have weaknesses.
Why? People know that you have weaknesses. You're a human being, right?
Right.
What do you want to fucking come home? You're suddenly George Clooney? You're not.
But it's not fair because you can't attack them. Like
Who can't?
If my mom calls me chubby last Christmas,
Just say you'll be dead soon. What do you got to worry about this for? You're going to be dead soon.
I can't say that.
Why not?
Because
Let them think about that for a while.
she'll start crying. I have.
Good, then doesn't that mean you win? Just say who outlives who. I'll put a fucking $100 right now that I bury you before you bury me. You might not. But again, why are you treating this? You're both acting like children. And then you're upset that they're not treating you as some super adult. Like you're Ted Turner who's come back to the house. You're acting like babies is what my fucking point is. Here comes Pitsy. He wants to tell us what it's like to grow up without a dad, I guess. You fellas know I ain't got a dad.
Well, I was going to say, the extreme is I fight with my mom all the time, and I talk to her like any normal person.
Right.
And I'm looked at as a scumbag for talking to my mother that way. So I really don't think there's a happy medium for anybody.
Did I ever say anyone should call their mother a cunt the way you do? There is a happy medium. You could have some respect for these people. And don't expect them to constantly feed you the way, he'll go home, wake up his mom and say, get some pasta on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I got my eye on you, Ronnie.
I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you, Bill. That's okay,
listen.
Butchie instead. I don't know, Butchie instead. I'm the only one who watches it. All right, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I think maybe Beanie is even subconsciously jealous, and this is her way of striking out. She was doing Dave's laundry and buying his clothes, and now Dave's got...
You and your mom had a very uncomfortable relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the same amount of blame for that as I obviously give Beanie. But both of you are fucking weird with each other.
Well, we're very weird. We're very close. Yeah, I mean, she takes me shopping. Even
Still?
if, yeah, I
But
mean,
then-
that will never end. Every time I go back home to Spring Lake, New Jersey, she likes to take me shopping and even sometimes
Then you know what?
watches me dress.
Put on the makeup that she wants you to put on. Seriously. If you want to let her become your stylist, then do it. Then don't cry later that she made fun of you because your face is too shiny or whatever it was.
Well, the complexion
by the way,
was bad.
Looking into your face is like looking into the sun. I got to look at you right now through a welding glass.
Well, it's extremely hot. I don't know where the fucking rashes and hives are coming from these days.
You got bad skin, so what? Who gives a shit? It keeps your muscle
To
from falling
say
out
I
all over.
ruined the pictures is essentially saying I'm an ugly fuck up.
Yeah.
Who destroyed her photo album? Thanks, Mommy.
I'm going to tell you something else, and stop calling her Mommy. That might be half your problem. This photo album thing that no one ever goes back to look to, I'm tired of posing for pictures that get shoved into books and shoved up in a wall and no one sees. How many times have you said, oh, that's a bad picture of me? And fucking you're like, oh, gee, you're worried about it? It never gets seen again by your family. I don't know what file these things go into, but no one looks at pictures. I don't know why we're taking so many. You look at, like, if there's a party on Saturday, you will look on the pictures on Sunday.
Yeah.
But you don't look back on those pictures 2 years later. Remember this night? Who gives a fuck? Why are we taking pictures all the time?
There's just piles of Rubbermaid containers with those envelopes from the photography place.
You need to talk to someone wise, someone who knows the way of the world.
Okay.
Snuggins, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, if one of your friends did that to you, like saying you were too pasty and you needed makeup, wouldn't you just laugh it off?
Yeah, I think I would. I think
I don't know if
would.
I'd like to
laugh it
get
off
makeup
now.
from anyone sent to me.
I understand that, but I mean,
I can't imagine if your friend said, look, I want you to have... I mean, especially mailing it.
Yeah, but I would consider that to be like a joke gift.
Yeah.
A gag gift, if they, as they say.
Now, did you talk to your mom? Did you tell her to search your feelings?
I haven't talked to her yet. No,
Oh, you got to?
I emailed her. Yeah.
And you say it hurt your feelings?
Yeah. Well, no. I said, "What is up with the makeup and everything?" And
You
she
shouldn't
said,
have emailed that.
and
Got
she
the package.
And she did reply back, "You need it." That was it.
Well, that's actually kind of funny then, but...
That's not funny. Come on, she's crushed. The one person.
Why don't you write back to her? This is what you write back. Here, take a thing. Get in front of this. I want you to take a memo. Dear Mom, your vagina hasn't been wet since Eisenhower. Love, Dave.
I can't write that. to my mom.
Why not?
Because
Hurt her like she hurt you.
First of all, I think it's inaccurate. I think her vagina has been wet at least
Kennedy.
since LBJ.
All right, Linda Johnson. She does look like Lady Bird a little bit. You know? Well, my point is this. You guys are still acting like children. You're still acting like children.
But we're around our parents.
Why are you around your parents, Fez? Because you fly back there every vacation. You only recently stopped flying back every Father's Day and every Mother's Day. And I have no problem with that if he act like he enjoyed it. But he bitches and bitches and bitches about it.
Well, he's dependent.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's dependent. Not like you. Not like Mr. Independent.
Well,
I never got makeup sent to me.
Yeah. I mean,
Fez, you want to tell the truth?
I went and got my own makeup.
He's a male makeup wearer. Until he grew his beard, now he stopped. But he does have to color the one part of his beard.
Where I got drunk and passed out on Rufinols and burned my face in the sun. So that part needs a little derma blend.
Pat, you're around a Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Both of you, Dave and Fez. First of all, if you want approval from your parents, you need to get their respect. Right now, you don't have their respect whatsoever. They've had their thumb on you your whole life, and they're going to keep pushing down until you stand up and say, hey, if you don't like what I'm doing, or you don't like how I look, or if my face is too shiny, go fuck yourself. And once they get that message through their head, they'll stand back and say, oh, wait a minute, maybe he's a man now.
No, I don't think my mom.
Maybe that's true, though. Why? Maybe you're not being treated like men because you're not acting like men. I'll tell you this, Fez, your little brother doesn't put up with it.
No.
And laughs it off.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
so it cannot be your parents.
Yeah, he laughs and ignores.
So go back to my statement. It can't be your parents. It can't be something that your parents have done. Because he says this is crazy. I'm not going to your church. I'm not going to baptize the kid. And he hasn't lost his parents. They don't have some power over him. So it can't be the power that they have. It's what you're willing to give up.
Well, it could be, something they did to me in particular.
What are you talking about?
You treat people differently. I'm sure they didn't raise all four of us the same way.
Now you're raised.
Right.
So how could it be something they're doing? You're saying they did something 30 years ago or whatever it was, so now you can't change now?
No, I mean, it's still my decision. I can change, but,
It's not your decision. You have no power over it. You're not making a decision. What I'm trying to say is you say my parents do this, and I'm saying I know your little brother. He doesn't fall for that shit, and nothing has happened. He's not out of the family. You're acting like if you don't do these things, you won't have a mom or a dad, right?
Right, yeah.
Your brother doesn't act that way, and he has a mom and a dad who like him just as much as they like you. So it isn't what they're doing, it's what you're doing.
Right. I see what you're saying, but I'm going to be a little bit more sensitive to things than him. We're just two different people.
That's true.
He's a man and you're not. That's what I'm trying to say. Your older brothers, are acting like a man.
Yeah. Well,
that's why they're not getting makeup.
Maybe they don't love my parents as much as I do.
Aha! Good sons. You two are the real loving ones. And everybody else is a scumbag.
No, I'm just saying that I seem to... their actions and words affect me more.
I agree.
And
that's what I said to both you guys. It's fucking about you and the way you're acting, not about the other person.
Well, I'm going to have to cut him off. I'm going to have to cut my mom off then for a while. I mean, I don't know what other course to take. I'm just going to have to cut her out for at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
And that's going to be hard for her to hear because she listens to this radio show.
Oh, then I'm sorry about the vagina. Hasn't been wet since Eisenhower. That seems a little out of line now.
Right.
I had no idea she was listening. Maybe because I can't listen myself from my house. I don't know how to work this damn contraption. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, my parents were always leaning on me pretty hard, but then right after I got out of high school, I joined the Army, and after a while, I came back to them to live with them while I was going to college after I got out. And they let me be my own person after that because I proved that I could go out and be an adult on my own and make my own decisions and not...
Good point.
Totally
maybe both you guys need to go in the Army.
I'm not going to get in the Army now.
Why not?
2 stints.
Why don't you be a whack? You can bake donuts for the boys or whatever they do. You can collect scrap metal. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I want to say, Dave, your face is disgusting, and y'all niggas ain't shit. Fuck you. O&A, baby.
This radio war. It's wreaked havoc on us. And still to this time, other than Stugatz, not one positive ronfez.net call, not one we're with you, fellas. We're backing you up. If anything, you two guys have brought harm to this show.
At least Fez and I and our supporters have good grammar.
You don't have supporters.
That guy said, y'alls ain't.
We're in the trenches right now. This is the radio war, and we're in the trenches.
He's got trench mouth from eating shit. That's the only trenches.
It's not going to be one in a day or two.
Let me tell you something else. You look exhausted.
Really?
You burnt out about an hour ago. After you came in here so fired up with the Fez's back, your eyes haven't focused in the last 2 hours.
Our soldiers believe in guerrilla warfare.
You don't have soldiers. It's just the two of you.
They're rallying.
And they're hiding out in the trees and everything. It's
like monkeys.
It's a surprise attack.
Here's our buddy Stryker. It's been a while. Hello, Stryker.
Hey, buddies.
Hey.
Hey, kind of a weird take on this. My mom passed away about 3.5 years ago, and I never realized how much my dad relied on her until afterwards. And he turned it around to rely on me for every little thing, and it got to the point where I couldn't spend time with my wife. It was affecting my job. It was affecting my whole life. And finally, 8 months ago, I had to stand up to him and say, you know what, enough is enough is enough. You need to start being, you need to start doing stuff and let me have my life and stop judging me, stop expecting me to do everything. And you know what, it actually made our, the father-son relationship better. Just because, I mean, the day my mom died, I had to grow up, so to speak, because I had to suddenly take on a hell of a lot of responsibility I never had before.
Yeah.
And now, my father looks at me in a totally different perspective. He's got actually a higher opinion of me now that
I'm going to agree with you. And you know what's really interesting is, like we talked about the two good sons.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I've heard both you guys say about your parents, and both say about your mothers in particular, you've never heard me talk about my parents that way. You've never heard me say the negative things that you two good sons say about your moms.
Right. Well, that you've had different experiences.
How do you know? How do you know what my experiences are? Other than the fact, you think that I've had some kind of fucking easy life?
No.
You think I had an easier life than you?
No, I wouldn't.
You think I grew up easier than Fez?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think so, Fez?
No, I don't think so.
But maybe I don't hold these people responsible for everything that fucking happened. The way you do. The way, Fez, you're still, at this point in your life, bringing up, well, maybe the things that happened to him didn't happen to me. You know what I mean? Like, somehow your fucking road was difficult. Or Dave's road was difficult. And yet I've never fucking heard either one of you guys say an experience that anybody in the world would go, oh, that was a rough fucking road you took.
Well, I mean, I never thought I had a rough road. What I thought was that after a nice childhood, my mom suddenly betrayed me by calling me ugly. That's what hurt.
Just recently?
Yes.
You didn't have any bitches leading up to this?
When she would make fun of my looks the last 4 to 5 years, which it has happened. It didn't happen when I was a kid nor a teenager.
They've really gone since then.
Did you show her how hot your wife is?
Yes, she knows.
You got a hotter wife than 99% of the guys out there?
She's seen her.
Then say, this is the fucking picture I look at. This is the reflection of me. This woman's love is the reflection of me. Not what you think of me, Mom, what this woman thinks of me. When you get to that fucking point, you're going to have a better relationship with your wife.
Well, I'll try that
mother.
out. I'll try it out. And then I'll say in your face.
You don't have to say in your face. You're not getting fucking even with her. You're stop relying on her opinion. I hate to tell you this. Both your moms are little old ladies. You're acting like little old ladies are Stalin. I don't know what you're fucking doing. Not to mention, you ate your own shit yesterday, and Fez, you're wearing a fez on your head and gay pride thing. And both of you are acting like, oh, my parents don't treat me right. I'm ashamed of both of you. Ashamed of both of you right now. I don't even want to look at it. Come on. Yeah, no. I don't want to look at shiny face and hairy back.
Shiny face? I can't see my back with this jacket on.
I see your hairs are popping through.
That's an invitation my mom wanted me to give to you.
Well, I'm not going to go to that house of hell. Why?
You said you were staying over.
Let's celebrate the wedding of Dave and Casey on Saturday, August 18th.
That's right.
At Pat and Beanie's. 701.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not. No. Can I just say Beans? Can I give out your mom's email?
Yeah, sure.
No. There's pests out there, you idiot. You're in the middle of a radio war. Beans is her thing. And then she's got they're upset. Yeah, I know.
You said you're coming over on Friday night.
I lied.
Oh, my mom is going to be... She baked extra potato salad for you.
Baked potato salad?
She's going to make extra
You don't bake potato salad.
I fucked up the words. She's going to make it for you.